So, a new card has been following me around for a whole week now, so I thought I would sit down and talk with you guys about it. I just shaved my face for the first time in over a year, so I feel like a mask has been ripped off of me and I don't know who I am. But for about a whole week now, this Ten of Cups, specifically from the from the Line Strider Tarot, which I use at work, has been popping up. And I never pull this card. It's not one that's necessarily super important to me because I know that it's ephemeral and, ideas of community and family, which are concepts that are important to me and that I'm familiar with, but I've never 100% felt 100% comfortable in the realm of the Ten of Cups, which is ironic because it's where you're supposed to feel super comfortable and super safe and at home and at peace and all that. And my boyfriend and I went to Hell, Michigan, where I got this hat that I've been trying to make a hat moment out of. And before we left, I pulled the Ten of Cups. And, I didn't really think much of it. I was like, oh, maybe we'll just have a good time. So we go on our little road trip and we get to the town, Hell. And there's a biker convention going on. And at first we were really nervous. We were like, oh my God, should we be here? Should we even park here? These people seem out of control and like crazy, and maybe we won't be welcome here, because we're gay and we're moving outside of Detroit, so things are getting more conservative. We just didn't know. There's just no way of knowing. And so we pull up and we're doing our little exploration things. We go into the gift shop and we look at the stuff, and then we go to take a picture at a sign that says, you're in hell, welcome, or something like that. And this guy walks over to us and he offers to take our picture. And he takes our picture and he was like, oh, you guys are so cute, man. Love is love, man. Love is love. And it was just like so funny. And like he kind of pointed to all the people around him, and you were like, we're all outsiders here, man. We're all outsiders together. We're bikers. We do things our own way at our own rhythm. And it was really, I don't know, like I was very momentarily inspired by his words. I feel like I had just gotten a personal TED Talk. If you can even, love is love, man. I'll never forget that. And now at work we have this big joke where like my name is Love is Love. So they're like, hey, love's love. What's going on? And so in this depiction, it's just a bird with it's like a party hat. So fucking cute. And they're just sitting on a bunch of flowers, just like having time of their lives. And I want that for me. I would love that for me, but let's see, I took some notes. So here's part 2. Working through my anxieties about social/family/community environments. So the Ten of Cups, to me, is when we move into those social environments where there's emotional attachment. Obviously, it's cups. So it's like in you could have a community setting where your happiness is involved in some way. Like it's your literal family, like a family unit. Or maybe it's like a community like this, like Tarot YouTube. It's a community, but I also have invested so far a lot of my time and energy into it. So my emotions are tied into it as well as it being a community. And on top of all of that, there's also just the general like work, your work family, and how much you invest emotionally into that. And so I wrote my compulsory happiness and the unpredictability of community. I am someone that is sometimes relentlessly positive and happy. And so sometimes when I enter a community setting or a family setting or a family unit or or something in like my own emotional well-being and happiness is attached to it, I have this obligation inside me to be happy and chipper and upbeat, and I can't express sadness. I have a really, really difficult time expressing true sorrow or true hurt or anger or anything like that. I'd say maybe I have an easier time expressing hurt, like, oh, wow, I'm offended by that, or like I'm hurt by that, but mostly it's relentlessly happy and chipper. And so the fact that other people like allow themselves to feel more complex emotions like anger, or there are people out there that just, kind of say whatever they want sometimes, and I am jealous of that, so I project happiness onto other people as a way of controlling my own inner emotions. So I have to know what everybody is thinking and feeling. Also, it's kind of anxiety inducing for me to be in like a Ten of Cups moment where I don't know what everybody else is thinking. Like, it's hard for me to have a good time somewhere where there's a lot of investment time-wise, or like if I don't know if it's going to be forever. Is everybody else as committed to this as I am? Does everybody else feel the way that I feel? Is everybody else ready to put on their party hats? It's nerve-wracking. And so I bring a lot of energy and expectations, yet expect nothing, which is semi-true. There's an addendum. I bring a lot of energy into situations where I feel like it will be needed. Like if there is some sort of meeting, or if there is a really intimate gathering of people, I will bring my A game, no matter what. If I'm sick, if I'm not feeling it, my number one priority is the happiness of other people, and it always has been. And I don't think that that's a bad thing, and I don't think that that's wrong, and I don't think it's anything that I plan on changing. But having that priority, I put the stress on myself, and then I resent other people for it. What? Like, I put the stress on myself and then resent other people. That doesn't make any sense. Obviously, I know that, but it's just something that happens. And so, tying that back to working through anxieties about social and family and community environments, it's difficult for me to want to be attached to a community. It's difficult for me to want to be attached to a family unit. It's difficult for me to want to entangle myself in complex emotional networks because, like I said, I don't know what other people are thinking. I feel like I'm bringing more to the table than anybody else because it's self-inflicted, and then I resent everybody else for it. And you know what, actually, I'm going to draw an oracle card for that. I bring a lot to the table, and that might just be a personality trait of mine. But what can I remember when I feel like I'm giving a lot and I'm not getting a lot back due to something that's self-inflicted? What can I just remember to be true? Oh, something flew out. Believing in magic. True magic is abounding in my life. Well, isn't that beautiful? There is magic in connection, obviously, and there is that magical moment of when everything in a group or in like in a family setting is just running really well, and everyone's having a good time, everyone's in flow. Doesn't that feel like when like big magic is happening, like big decisions are being made? It feels like you could reach into a hat and pull out anything you wanted because everyone's energy is so high. And let's see, facing my own emotions, let alone in communities. So for this one, I was especially thinking about like tarot community. And a lot of the stuff that we talk about and the problems that we're having and coming together as a community in the comment sections and stuff and talking, it's how can I even begin to process other people's emotions and thoughts about things when I have so much trouble processing my own? And that is another barrier between me and community, is I'm so involved with my own head and like my own thoughts that how could I even begin to interact when I'm going through all of this? So let's see. Community is about sharing our gifts, our joys, our personalities, etc. So it's important for me to remember that when people are getting together and having that idyllic Ten of Cups moment, I just need to bring myself and my own capacity for joy and I just need to bring myself and my own good energy and good vibes and all of that. But there's this shadow part of me that I've been thinking about ever since I started thinking about this card. And it's that I have this shadow belief that I'm the only person able to bring anything of value to the table. I'm the only person able to bring anything chat-worthy, anything substantial or robust. I have this belief that I have to be some sort of savior of social situations, which is ridiculous. Like, there's nothing about me that is particularly, substantial and robust and worth bringing. Let me take a sip of water. Thirsty. So I need to feel needed and I need support from a distance. I've always liked to be seen as the person that's independent of the community or independent of the family unit or independent of, like, I'm a part of the community, but I'm one step outside of it. Everyone knows that I'm the person that's there because I'm interested, not because I'm so emotionally entangled. Like, I have a genuine interest in being there, but not an emotional one. Which is surprising to me because on the inside, I am emotional and I am loving and caring and I want connection and I want to be loved and I want to love people and I want a big family group to feel supported by. But I don't allow myself to have any of those things. So can somebody explain that to me? And I can be so picky about community and family and friends and what's going on in a dynamic at any given moment. I feel like a curator or something. I make it all about me, and that probably keeps me from really jumping in and giving myself up to something greater. How can I work on that? Let's pull a tarot card. When I'm making it all about me, what can I remember? I'm going to use the Radiant Rider-Waite for this. When I'm making it all about me and missing out on connection, what's just some advice I can give myself? What is love? Maybe I don't know. The song just popped in my head. Okay. What can I remember when I'm making something all about me and how I feel? Okay. The world. That's funny because a note I wrote earlier or like later on is about perspective and cycles and the world. Funny about making it all about you because like here's me like at the center of attention, and maybe I can maybe not embrace it, but kind of work with that feeling of being at the center and making it all about me, I can value my desire to want to be seen, and I can value my desire to want to be a focal point. I have this incessant need for attention and recognition, and maybe I can just develop that into something where I develop it into, because I have so much of what I need, I'm giving from my overflow. When I'm in that moment of it's all about me, yes, okay, this feeling is here, I'm making it all about me. What am I overflowing right now that I am able to give, to just for 1 second relieve myself of that self-pity? Or I don't know. Did that interpretation make any sense? Probably not. I'll have to journal about it later, like I always do. By the way, every time I've ever said in a video, I'm gonna have to journal about that later, I never have, but I do think about it. Let's see. I'm naturally self-focused. I would like to incorporate more external focus without making it all about me. Okay. This is literally the next note is also in terms of this world card that I pulled. I think about things in relation to how they impact me. I think about, let's say something horrible happens in a family or community unit. How does it impact me? I would never have said that, so why am I having to deal with the repercussions of everybody else? So this world is, I'm in the world. I'm not separate from it. I'm not exempt from it. I'm not, for some reason, just a special case. I'm in the freaking world. So I need to engage more with the world and be okay with the fact that there is a world spinning around me and other people living their lives around me, and I'm not at the center of anybody else's universe, but I am at the center of mine, which sounds horrible. Maybe I should do some guided explored meditation where I move the center of my universe away from me outside and see if I can shift my perspective on that or something. But I wrote myself 2 questions. How am I under attending to the emotional needs of the groups in my life? Like, where am I just emotionally keeping myself distant, not available, and like hurting, maybe potentially being toxic and hurtful to the group's families, dynamics, blah, 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 10 of Cups moments in my life. Where am I holding back so much that I'm actually like keeping something from other people, like withholding something I could easily be giving? What? Oh. 7 of Pentacles. I do have a hard time giving people my time and my undivided attention if you're outside of my immediate scope. I find it hard to engage with people when I feel like I have other things I could be doing. Basically, I don't see other people as worth my time and worth cultivating. Not even for a split second. What if I spent some more time giving somebody just a second, just to water the seed of a friendship, and just to take a peek at it, and take a peek at the way that other friendships have been slowly growing and evolving in my life, and not just going immediately for the weed whacker, taking a step back and acknowledging, just, oh my God, I need to straight up acknowledge people, damn it. God, am I an asshole? Okay, let's see what else. And how might I be over attending? Or where am I giving too much that I feel like it's even a problem? Where am I over giving where people are not even needing that? Something flew out. Judgment, over giving. I immediately read this as, I'm Virgo, so I can naturally pick apart things and see what's wrong, see what's right, see what needs to happen. And maybe other people don't need my constant views and knowledge on things. Maybe I can go back to that Seven of Pentacles moment and just give people my presence and my time and my heart space, and not just always feel like the need to deliver life-changing wisdom about something. And then I wrote 2 last notes, so let's see. I naturally exclude / feel excluded, yet inclusiveness is one of my core values. God, I'm such a hypocrite. Okay, so that was kind of complicated. I naturally tend to exclude people very easily without even getting to know them or anything like that. I will just look at somebody and be like, I don't want you in my group. I don't want to interact with you. Yet, inclusiveness is one of my core values. Inclusiveness is very important to me, so I'm going to draw a card to help me just think about that out loud. Giving birth. I am bringing forth new and dynamic energy into the world. That's a tough one. I'm bringing forth new and dynamic energy into the world in terms of naturally excluding and feeling exclusive. I like this theme of taking somebody in, like into my inner circle, and gestating them or growing with them until they are reborn in a way that, or maybe we'll be reborn together when I incorporate people into my life. Or, you know what? Sometimes the cards don't deliver a clear enough message for me to be able to think about it on the spot. Let's see what my very last note is. When it's not all about me, I don't like it. In a 10 of Cups moment, I am forced to acknowledge the needs, wants, and worries of others. Community puts things into perspective. Maybe that's why I resist it. So on a closing note, community reorients us. Community puts things into perspective. Community and family and friends, they call us out on our bullshit, right? They call us out. And they call us in. They see us. They make us feel seen. They just remind us that I'm not by myself living in this world. Other people see me, and I'm a part of something bigger. And resisting that would make sense when you're someone like me that doesn't want to be seen and doesn't want to feel controlled and doesn't want to feel limited, but at the same time craves attachment and craves connection and craves intensity. So let me revisit that note one last time. Community puts things back into perspective. Ain't that the truth? Well, thank you guys so much for listening. I have no idea what I talked about already, so I hope it was in any way just fun. Is it fun to watch me process my thoughts? I hope so. I hope you guys have a really good day, and I'll see you next time.